You don't need a crystal ball to know if your idea will work. You need conversations. You need to stop guessing about your customer's need and start actually asking them what their needs are. And today, we are going to be talking about how you are going to interview your market like the CEO that I know you are. Welcome to From Corporate to CEO, hosted by the Power Move Collective. I'm your host, Nandy B, and this is your daily podcast that proves that you don't have to resign in order to rise. Here, ambitious women like yourself learn how to leverage your paycheck, your skills, and your corporate career to launch and grow your own business. And in just 10 minutes every day, I'll share power moves that will turn your 9-to-5 into your greatest investor. Make sure, however, that you hit subscribe so that you never miss an episode. With that said, let's get on with today's episode. Welcome back to week 3, where we are turning clarity into evidence. Today, we are zooming in on the most powerful and underestimated test that you can run as a CEO. That is the customer interview. Because the fastest way to validate an idea isn't a logo, a website, or honestly, even a landing page. It's you taking the time to actually listen. Customer interviews are your shortcut to clarity. They reveal the exact same language that your audience uses to describe their struggles. Interviews also helps you understand the problems that your customers are willing to pay for you to help them solve. And also sometimes interviews will help reveal the gaps in your idea that you didn't even realize existed. And this happened to me recently. I did a customer interview, and as we were talking, I was shocked. They brought up something that was so basic. And it really made me think about the importance of doing interviews. You are a woman in corporate America, and you understand and you know that corporations, they pay just to collect customer insights. And now that you are becoming the CEO of your own business, you don't need a whole team like you have in corporate America. As the CEO of your own side business, you need to learn from the way corporate does things in order to build your own business. You don't need to have lots of validated customers in order for that to be meaningful. 5 or 10 good potential customers is all you need for you to have really good information that would help refine your offer. So here is your CEO interview guide. We are going to start by focusing on the problem first and not the solution. In product design, research teams never start by pitching the features. They start by asking about the customer's pain point. And you would hear me repeat this ad nauseum. Pain point, pain points, pain points, pain points. Do not lead with your idea. Lead with their problems first, because let me tell you something. People don't give a crap about the features unless they understand how those features are going to help them. So always lead with, what is your biggest frustration with XYZ? Customers are more likely to respond to that than, look, my program is amazing. The second interview guide is for you to listen for emotions. Marketing teams tend to highlight words customers use in interviews because emotions are driving people's buying decisions. I promise you that. So you need to be paying close attention to repeated words. You need to be paying close attention to tone and energy shifts. If someone says, I'm drowning in work, with a certain emphasis, write down the exact phrase down. You want to take that exact same phrasing, write it down, because that is your future marketing gold. Your third interview guide is to close the interview with a test question. Before launching, ask customers not just this question, would you use this? But instead they would ask, would you pay for this thing? These two questions are very different. What I would use versus what I would pay for are not the same thing. So it's really important that as you are building your interview questions, that you end every interview with a gentle test. If I created something that solved this for you, would you be interested in trying it? Watch their reaction and then ask them, would you be willing to pay for it? And I would even go further and to ask, what would you pay for this service? Sometimes people feel uncomfortable asking these questions. I always make sure that from the very beginning, their answer gives me information and data, and it's not here to help or hurt my feelings. Here is your action plan for today. Make a list of 5 people who fit your target audience. Send them a quick message asking for a 15-minute chat. Your goal isn't to sell them anything. It's to listen. And in that time, you will pitch your problem, right? You will have it all written down. This is what it is. This is the issue that I'm solving for. Here are some of the features. And then ask them your top 3 questions. Make sure you have these questions written down so that they are truly relevant for your business. And you want as many people as possible to be able to answer these top 3 questions. So no matter how the conversation goes, try to come out with these top 3 questions. Here are just some examples of top 3 questions. What's your biggest challenge with X? How does that challenge show up in your day-to-day? If there was a solution, what would it need to look like for you to tap into that solution? That is it. Listen, take notes, and just collect the gold, my darling. So don't guess about the market. Talk to them. Thank you so much for joining me today on From Corporate to CEO. If you loved what you heard today, please subscribe to the show and visit us at powermovecollective.com. And if you are ready to start taking action, here are 2 great options. You can download our free Safe Start Blueprint. It's on our website, and the link is also in the description below. However, if you, my darling, are ready to take action and say goodbye to corporate America for good, join us in the Business Plan Mastermind that is kicking off on January 12th, 2026.